Well, folks, it seems America has decided to take a sharp U-turn on Electric Avenue. Biden's push for 50% electric vehicle sales by 2035 has been abruptly reversed by Trump. Remember those promises of a cleaner, more sustainable tomorrow? Yeah, about that. Trump believes America needs more gasoline-guzzling vehicles on the road. Forget the future. Let's relive the glory days of smog-filled cities and dependence on foreign oil. On his first day back, Trump revoked the 50% EV sales target. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wasn't that target just a goal, not an actual law? And you'd be right. But this act sent a clear message. America is hitting the brakes on electric vehicles. This shift in policy has left many wondering if America is serious about tackling climate change. Buckle up, folks, because it looks like we're in for a bumpy ride. Hold on to your catalytic converters, everyone, because the Trump administration isn't stopping at just symbolic gestures. They're taking aim at the very heart of electric vehicle adoption emissions standards. You see, those pesky regulations set by the Environmental Protection Agency and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration that encourage automakers to build cleaner, more fuel-efficient cars? Yeah, those are in the crosshairs. Trump's team is wasting no time in pushing through revisions to these standards, eager to dismantle the progress made under the previous administration. Now, I'm not a policy expert, but I'm pretty sure weakening emissions standards while simultaneously trying to promote clean energy is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The auto industry, caught in the middle of this regulatory tug-of-war, is understandably nervous. They've invested billions in developing electric vehicles, and this sudden policy shift throws their carefully laid plans into disarray. It's enough to make you wonder if anyone in Washington actually knows what they're doing. As if rolling back emissions standards wasn't enough, the Trump administration is also taking aim at another crucial driver of electric vehicle adoption: federal tax credits. These credits make EVs more affordable and appealing to a wider market. But Trump has labeled these credits market distortions. He argues they unfairly benefit a select few and distort the free market. Of course, he seems to have no problem with oil and gas subsidies. Changing these tax credits requires Congress approval. And here's where things get interesting. Some Republicans see the value in these credits for job creation and the economy. Section 4, a state of resistance, California's fight for clean cars. In the midst of this federal assault on electric vehicles, one state stands as a beacon of hope: California. The Golden State, known for its progressive environmental policies, has long been a leader in the fight against climate change. And when it comes to electric vehicles, California isn't backing down. The state has set ambitious targets for zero-emission vehicle sales, aiming for all new cars sold in California to be electric by 2035. And it's not just talk. California has implemented a range of policies to support this goal, including incentives for EV purchases, investments in charging infrastructure, and regulations that encourage automakers to produce more electric vehicles. However, California's bold stance has put it on a collision course with the Trump administration. The federal government, under the Clean Air Act, has traditionally granted California a waiver to set its own stricter emissions standards. But the Trump administration revoked this waiver, sparking a legal battle that could have far-reaching implications for the future of electric vehicles and environmental regulations in the United States. Section 5. The industry's electric dreams, navigating uncertainty and global demand. While the Trump administration's actions have created a great deal of uncertainty for the auto industry, it's important to remember that the shift towards electric vehicles is a global phenomenon. Driven by concerns about climate change, government regulations, and consumer demand, automakers around the world are investing heavily in electric vehicle technology. In Europe and China, governments are implementing policies to encourage the adoption of electric vehicles, and automakers are responding with a flood of new models. From luxury sedans to affordable hatchbacks, the electric vehicle market is rapidly expanding, offering consumers a wider range of choices than ever before. This global momentum towards electric vehicles is putting pressure on American automakers to keep pace. Despite the Trump administration's efforts to slow down the transition, many within the industry recognize that the future is electric. They understand that to remain competitive in the global marketplace, they must continue to innovate and develop electric vehicles that meet the demands of a changing world. Section 6. powering up the future critical minerals and the EV supply chain. The transition to electric vehicles isn't just about building cars. It's also about securing the raw materials needed to power them. Electric vehicle batteries rely on a range of critical minerals, including lithium, cobalt, nickel, and manganese. These minerals are essential for the performance and range of electric vehicles, and securing a reliable and sustainable supply is crucial for the long-term viability of the industry. The Trump administration, recognizing the strategic importance of these minerals, has taken steps to boost domestic production and reduce reliance on foreign sources, particularly China, which currently dominates the global supply chain for many critical minerals. Executive orders have been issued to streamline permitting for mining projects and encourage investment in domestic processing facilities. However, critics argue that these efforts are insufficient without a strong and growing market for electric vehicles in the United States. They point out that mining companies are unlikely to invest heavily in domestic production if the demand for electric vehicles remains uncertain due to inconsistent government policies. Section 7. The road ahead. A bumpy ride for electric vehicles? So, what does the future hold for electric vehicles in the United States? The road ahead is uncertain, to say the least. The Trump administration's efforts to roll back regulations and undermine incentives have created a challenging environment for the industry. However, the global momentum towards electric vehicles is undeniable. Driven by concerns about climate change, government regulations, and consumer demand, the transition to electric vehicles is well underway in many parts of the world. And while the United States may be lagging behind in some respects, the industry's innovative spirit and the growing demand for sustainable transportation solutions suggest that electric vehicles are here to stay. The ultimate trajectory of electric vehicles in the United States will depend on a complex interplay of factors, including government policies, technological advancements, consumer preferences, and global market forces. One thing is certain: the journey towards a cleaner, more sustainable transportation future will be filled with twists, turns, and unexpected detours. Buckle up, everyone, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.